There's a fly trapped in here. Goodbye, fly. Hi guys, it's your favorite in the middle of an abandoned warehouse, Sarah here with another car review. Fun fact, there's a giant dick spray painted on the wall behind me, so I'm essentially blocking it right now. Anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing a 2019 Miata RF convertible. Really fast, relatively fashionable, reasonably valued. Wait, no, that's a V. I fail at alphabets. I haven't driven the new ND generation Miata yet. I have done a review on the Fiat 124 Abarth, and there's a link up above. They'll take you to that video. Real quick, I'm gonna go over the stuff I like on the interior, the stuff that I didn't really care for, and the because this is not an all new model vehicle. I'm not gonna go crazy in depth on the interior. I absolutely love these painted door caps that go along the top of the door, and there's actually a tiny little portion up here on the dash by the A-pillar that's painted as well, and I would probably end up waxing it constantly because it's gonna get full of fingerprints. In case you're wondering whether or not I fit in this car, because I am 5'11", your question is now answered. Of course I fit. The slight drawback though, I can't recline my seat because I have it all the way back, and it forces me to have really good posture, which is not a drawback. So if you have poor posture, buy one of these cars. It'll force you to correct that. But for something fun, I have my new camera assistant who's helping me out here film this video. So I'm gonna have Kyla hop in the car and show the difference in height and comfort or something. There's a point to this, I promise.
Yeah, most definitely. I can't even reach the pedals. No, I'm not even stretching my legs as far as I can. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, I can put it back.
Really? You got that gangsta lean.
Yeah.
There's no logical purpose for what I'm about to do, but just because I'm sure you guys will laugh at it, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for this, but this is where Kyla had the seat positioned. So, oh God. Ow! Hit it with my head. My head is like rammed into, oh, I can fix that. And there you have it. That's how the retractable folding roof works. All right, my head doesn't stick out the top, and as far as wind goes, it's really not that bad in here, especially with the windows up. And the only thing that really happens is I get a couple little stray hairs that kind of just do like a tornado above my head. The speakers for the Bluetooth in here are amazing how powerful they are. They're built into the headrest of the seat behind you, and I had no issues talking over Bluetooth with the top down. So whoever designed that system really thought it out. It works well. The seats in here are heated, which is a nice feature in the summertime because if you're sweating profusely onto the black leather, you can turn on the seat heater and it will dry the sweat up that's in between your butt and the seat. But then you will sweat more and create more sweat. So basically you'll just get severely dehydrated. The infotainment system in here is starting to feel a little bit dated and kind of bland. It does everything you need it to. It does have factory satellite navigation, but I kind of feel that is a feature that is kind of pointless in cars nowadays if it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which this has neither of. So yay, because you can just use the navigation on your phone and pair it up with the screen that's in the vehicle. Unless you have something like an Audi that has the Google Earth view on your gauge cluster for the navigation. That's a game changer. The knob to adjust the infotainment in here is really awkward to use if you have the cup holders positioned back here, which are movable. You can interchange where you want your cup holder positioned. It's like that sport where they put the ball in the cup and they throw it to each other. You could do that with the cinnamon roll. If your passenger has their cup holder, you could play pass back and forth. I'll stop now. It does have this little cubby. I want to call it a turbo cubby because that's what you call it in an MR2. And I'm relating this car to my MR2 because they're similar in size. That's about it. Yeah, I do like this little cubby though right here. Scotty. Hi, I'm Scotty Kilmer's daughter. In all seriousness though, for this car being this tiny, it is a decent sized trunk. It goes pretty deep. It stinks in this trunk like hot body odor now because I sweat so much climbing in this thing. Oh, that was a dumb idea. Why do I do this stuff? The wheels that come on here are kind of throwing a Watanabe vibe a little bit. And if you don't know what a Watanabe are, Google them, they're wheels. But anyway, the style, the design of it, the 8-spoke, it does kind of have like a classic throwback look to it, especially in this gunmetal finish. And I like it. The sound the car makes when you lock the doors actually matches the cute styling because it's just a cute sounding beep. It's so dainty. Out of all the generations of the Miata, this has to be my favorite styling wise, which says a lot because I am obsessed with pop-up headlights. I was trying to think of a James Pumphrey quote to insert there with the pop-up headlights. I'm not that creative though. But the headlights on here are really pretty. They actually look like snake eyes, kind of. If a snake had LED bulbs in its tear duct or something. I found the mothership, or the honeycomb. Well, they don't really make honey, they just make death. Time to get out of this warehouse. There's a fly trapped in here. Goodbye, fly. Oop. Oop. I don't know what I just ran over. It didn't sound good though. Hello, and welcome to Garage Science with Sarah. Powering the ND2 generation MX5 behind me is Mazda's skyactiv-g naturally aspirated direct inject 2-liter 4-cylinder that puts out 181 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 151 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. Now in 2018, this engine got a bump in power, which now technically designates it the ND2 generation of the Miata. Now, if you're not a Miata nerd and you don't know what ND represents, there are 4 generations of the MX5. There is the NA, the NB, the NC, and the ND. And 2 just represents the refresh that happened in 2018. Got it? Yay! Now I'm like a history teacher instead of a science teacher. That's a classy looking bay right there. Metal valve cover, no engine plastic, and really the only plastic you're gonna find is the intake manifold and this little cover that says SkyActiv Technology just past where your coil packs are at. Now this one is the Grand Touring RF package, so it is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission, which the downfall of it is there is no limited slip differential. That is only offered on the 6-speed manual. So this car is not as tail happy as the manual transmission counterpart. But this one does have a more aggressive final drive ratio. It's 3.5. Before I pull the car out of my garage real quick, I have to show you guys this. I parked it rear bumper lined up exactly with the rear bumper of my 91 MR2 Turbo. And I want to show you the MX5 is actually shorter than the MR2 is. That's how tiny this car is. In the name of science, it is now time to give it the beans. I am going to use manual mode though. Sport, manual, give it a little bit of assistance. Go. Oh, that was surprising. Wow. Not a lot of low-end grunt torque shove, but in the upper RPM, mid-range to upper RPM, you really start to feel it pull. You don't expect that when you hear 181 horsepower, but the RF top is just over 2,400 pounds. No cars behind me. It's time for the braking test. Oh my God. Wow. That was crazy. For this only having a single piston caliper all the way around, yeah, it'll rip your face off. The question is, how many times could I do that before I start getting brake fade? Because it is a small diameter rotor. Let's see how the U-turn capability is. Oh my God. That's incredible. That's such a short turning radius. I'm on a fairly windy section of road. I'm going to leave it in sport mode, but in automatic. I'm not going to touch the paddle shifters. I'm gonna let transmission do its job. And I'm gonna see if the transmission ruins my driving experience. See, the automatic knows right now that I'm trying to have fun while I'm driving, so it's putting me in the correct gear for the situation that I'm doing. God, this is so good. I love that these cars are momentum cars. Once you get the speed going, it carries speed so incredibly well through corners. I mean, this car handles phenomenal. It seems fairly intuitive, like it knows, almost as if it learns, like a Lexus, what I'm doing. It's smart. I've never felt at any point in time like this car is in the wrong gear for what I'm doing. The automatic is a good automatic. It gets the job done well. Do I wish it was a dual clutch gearbox that had lightning fast shifts? Yeah, that would be amazing if that was the case. The gas mileage is incredible. I've averaged 31.2 miles per gallon over my week of driving this car. Would I recommend buying the automatic? No, I wouldn't. I would recommend buying this with a 6-speed manual. But it's, as far as automatic transmissions go, it's a good auto. Wrong car to have an auto in, but it's a good auto. If you guys have never seen one of my car reviews before, I do what's called the bean score. It has a rating of 1 to 5 beans based on the feeling you get in your gut when you give it the beans. So the MX5 is going to get a rating of 1.5 beans. I feel like I'm playing Fruit Ninja with these beans. Legume Ninja, slicing them beans up. Anyway, this car was surprisingly quicker feeling than when I reviewed the 124 Abarth, which I don't understand. The 124 Abarth had a ton of low-end grunt, but this thing legit actually feels fairly quick. Buying one of these in an automatic is kind of like getting ketchup for your chips and salsa because the salsa is too spicy. That was the dumbest comparison I think I could possibly ever make. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next week with another. Bye.